Welcome everybody to another video of Ashes of the Singularity, and today a decent enough build order. Because when fighting against another YouTuber which was called Ivatopia, I discovered that he, and so will probably other people then, don't actually know a decent enough starting build order. And that's of course very important for the beginning part of your game. Always go for a first metal node and then build a factory, and then your engineer can build the factory and take over the node all at the same time. That's of course very important, because if you do that, you can have your factory produce as soon as it's up, and you have already got your first node, so you don't have to destroy the creeps on that one. Then, personally, I like to go for another metal, simply because, well, frigates are a lot easier to get out early, and after, I prefer to get a second factory. That's what I like to do, right? I'm not saying it's perfect. After the second metal, I like to go for radioactive, because then I can get my medics and my cruisers and everything up. And then, yes, I do have a little bit of idle time, which I know isn't perfect, but that one can go to the next node. I have a little bit of problems taking that one over today. Don't exactly know why. Those are going to be sent to the next node. This is the point where I personally don't really mind the build order that much anymore, because I already think like, well, I did quite a bit already, so I can just say, well, okay, I've got the first couple of nodes, now I have a solid foundation. This one should do the same thing as the other. I am, because I think I can afford it, well, not yet, but now I can, I'm going to include some medics already on both of them. That is quite a bit, yes, I know. Then this frigate isn't going to be doing anything. These are going to be sent there, and the placement for my factories are going to be a little bit ahead. Then out of your armory, you want to create a Zeus and 2 Athena, especially because people won't have air yet, or at least they shouldn't really. Wow, you made it 3 minutes into this video. That's just insane. You're watching a very bad video, and yet you get to the 3-minute mark. I'd say just like the video by now. There is no point not doing so, and even subscribing if you're able to make it this far in such a horrible quality of video. Well, this was kind of bad. Okay, so engineer's not doing anything, that's you. Then I'm going to just place more metal things, and by now I am starting to get a little bit worried, so I'm placing a Smarty on pretty much all of the places. Then you can also go forwards, and you can go to this side and construct me 2 metals there. These guys should not actually be there waiting. They should have already gone ahead. Then this Zeus will lead these frigates to the Thorium generator.
We have captured a generator.
And then you get that. Good. We have captured a generator. This is quite a small map, so you may have a little bit of idle time. And as you can see, it's not a good build order, because I am floating lots of resources. That means you can definitely get up 1 or more engineers. Because of course you also need to be getting some quantum relays.
We have captured a
That
generator.
is the generator we have captured. Okay, good. These guys are going to be grouped there. I'm just going to have them all there. Then on this side we should continue, but this force probably can't destroy that can't destroy this Turanium generator, and the enemy is here as well. So I will wait and hope for the enemy to destroy it, and then I can take it over from the enemy who has a smaller force. Then here I am going to go to this radioactive and also Smarty system. This is a very important place for me, and therefore I will also place down a constable. These guys are going to go to the south here, because that's of course the weakest link in my defense. Here we hold the Turanium generator really nicely.
We need more logistics.
And more logistics.
Quantum upgrade installed.
The nice thing is we already have some quanta coming up, so the next upgrade of 63 quanta is not going to be that bad. Okay, this was actually very bad, okay? So I shouldn't actually have this one here at all. I am going to try and take it back, and hopefully it lives. That's a very hopefully though. I think
the enemy has captured a region.
That's what I mean. I had a little bit too much defense on some of the other areas, like these two generators, and therefore I was lacking on the south and lost it. So I'm not saying it's perfect, that's why I said it's a decent one. And this is still against a so-called challenging AI, so it's not as if it's actually easy. Come on guys, destroy them. But I definitely wouldn't call this hard. I have taken down the insane AIs, which were of course a lot harder. Okay, and by now we can definitely get those up. Also, Smarty system there. You are going to continue. I think you can. Well, maybe you can't, so I will keep this medic here. However, these guys are all going to be moving here still. Fine, the medic is coming as well, and the archer is there. Good, now you're both there. Now you can be grouped up and go here. Look, we have made their engineers run away. Can we destroy them? Probably not. They have some defenses here, I would think. Yeah, they do. I did destroy one of them, which is already a plus. We did lose one archer, but that's not really that much. One emergency turret, that's kind of annoying. These guys group up, and by now we should definitely think about going with heavier weapons. Or more of the same. At the moment they seem to be going with a lot of frigates, which of course isn't a big problem, but I should think about that. Maybe even start to
we have captured a generator.
Construct some Athenas at my armory. Would be a good idea. These guys also go there. I know that means I have a very big force on that side. I know that. But I don't really mind it, because I have two Smarties there, none here. But I do have a couple of units there, which is very nice. These guys should have of course stayed here, because otherwise we'd run into Smarty fire, which we don't like of course. And this Zeus is going to be cleaning up. They are running away, maybe trying to get me into their Smarty fire. Seems like it for sure. And I think you can stop that from happening by using them on patrol, but I'm not sure about that. I am actually starting to construct an Apollo in this factory as well. By now I am starting to get... Stay back guys. I am starting to construct some Apollo, because they may actually get some air, which would be kind of scary. Guys, no, stay back. That was a sentry, I think, so that is
You have superior Tyrannium
quanta
rebels.
spent by them, which wasn't actually needed. At least I don't think it was needed. So let's see. Patrol mode for F here. Would that work? It's... seems like it, maybe. I mean, you are still quite far ahead, which I don't like. Still.
We need more logistics.
More logistics.
Quantum
There you go.
upgrade installed.
These guys grouping up. I think this is not going to work, but I am still going to try and move in.
Insufficient radioactives.
That's quite annoying, but I mean, that's because of the map. This is a very small map, therefore you can't really construct that many units, I guess you can say. But on the other hand, radioactives right here, man. That is this one. In this case, I'm not doing anything with it yet, because I first... Guys, stay back. You know, like F there. F you, F there. This engineer is going to construct my things here. Guys, take it over, I think I said, but I guess not. Okay. 2 Smarties and a thing. This sensor relay isn't really that important to me. We are down on radioactive mostly, which is kind of annoying. Can we push into this node? Let's see, 3 Smarties. Maybe. Maybe. Don't know. I think we can. Especially with that Athena in here. I think we should be able to. Though we are getting attacked from that side, which isn't nice. Here we are holding with our Zeus, which is nice. Okay, guys. These guys are grouping there. Because, of course, by taking this node, we already cut this one off. And we should definitely take down that engineer, which we did. Okay. So this force is probably able to take down these enemies as well. So I am moving in, because that would be another great point for me. And now I am in the plus, so Hyperion coming up.
We need more logistics.
That is a
Quantum
minus,
upgrade and we are
I know.
nearing critical mass.
But yeah, that's what I mean. We are reaching critical mass. Therefore, it's not a big problem. I heard something here. No, okay, that's not too bad. Okay. Dread launch, but not doing anything from the opponent. This is nice. This is fine. This thing, very long range, which is very nice. Actually, no, yeah, take it over. This side, I guess we can push, definitely. Like that, okay. And there we are, already, by critical mass. But I will continue in this case. Just because we can also defeat the enemy by destroying their nexus. A little bit more in... a little bit harder, especially because, well... we are still... not that strong. At least I don't think we are. And here we are. I know that's not a good army composition, especially not because we also have an enemy army over here. But maybe it will be good enough. Although I have lost all of my healing, my medics. So that's quite bad. But of course here we have another great army. Here we have another great army which is going to be pushing. And we have cleaned the enemy up because we didn't have any Artemis, but we didn't need any Artemis. Always try to go for turrets only. Sometimes the AI doesn't want to do that, which is of course not very smart. T-system. By now I am going to group these guys. And look, here we are. That's the air I was worried about. I think it will be alright. At least that's what I hope. Doesn't seem like it though. So this engineer is constructing a constable for that reason. Okay, so this is undefended. I will go back because they like to just throw down a thing on it. Guys, destroy that engineer and then go there. I should probably take my Apollo out of the group and send it here, but I don't really mind it in this case because they are just here and I don't really think it's a very big army from the enemy. After you are finished though, engineer, go and help out with the dread launch. These guys, after taking that one, go take that one. Because then of course this one is also cut off. Not that it has anything on it, but still. By now I do think it's alright to just take everything here. Because the only way they can actually get behind my lines is, well, by using things like these sentries, which are of course just, wow, that was a big explosion, which are just the orbital things which, well, if you don't have quanta anymore, you lost if you're relying on those. This isn't an important node to take over because it doesn't have any things and it doesn't connect me to any other nodes. Had I not had this thorium generator, I would have taken it for these these three because of that one, because otherwise I wouldn't have them. Now we can finally push into the enemy base. However, I am going to be doing this and forming an army with you on one, which are going to just do that. You're going there, and then one is going here. This way I can have everything but my Athena as one army. And the Athena should just target the Nexus from a distance, of course, because
Dreadnought launch initiated. Quantum upgrade installed.
And there my Dreadnought. Come here, my Dreadnought. Not that I need it, because, well, we already win just like this. But well done that you made it this far into the video. Consider watching the video in your lower left. But that's all I'm going to have for you today. And I'll see you in another video. Bye.